Oh, I know what I forgot to do. What's going on, bro? Hi. All right, what's going on? Consciouztv, your favorite breakdown commentary to CTV. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. You guys already know what we're here to get into. Before we do so, please go ahead and run those likes all the way up. You guys know that YouTube be playing on our head tops when it comes to likes. The only way that we can counteract that, not when it comes to likes, when it comes to notifications, the only way that we can counteract that is by thumbing up the video. So whether you are Bush Baby, part of the Replay Gang, or you're active with me in real time, I need you guys to run those likes up. You guys have been doing so awesome on the likes, okay? So please give me a like if you're coming into the sanctuary. It don't cost you nothing. And if you love everything that the King do, you can also donate to the platform, $Consciouztv on Cash App and or PayPal.me/Consciouztv, Conscious with the Z on the end, just like it spelled here on the platform. All donation handles, information, Instagram, Patreon are all in the description box below. Matter of fact, girl, Patreon members, I got something to tell y'all, okay? So be looking for a live, probably, if not tonight, tomorrow, girl. I got to gag y'all about something, but I'm not going to divulge it here on the main platform, girl. We're going to kiki and cackle about it at Patreon. Also, make sure that you guys have your notification bell set to all. You guys know that, yeah, you need to set your damn notifications, okay? If you're having a problem with notifications, you guys can always unsubscribe and resubscribe. But what really helps you to get your notifications is if you clear up a lot of the subscriptions you have to platforms that you don't watch. You pretty much are subscribed to too many platforms that you don't engage in, and YouTube get glitched up, girl. So they send you notifications here and there, etc. A lot of subscribers have noticed that their notifications are more fluid now that they have unsubscribed from a bunch of channels that they don't frequent, okay? So clear up your subscriptions if you're having trouble with notifications. All right, last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be a YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you in fact lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're loud, we're live, and we're certainly in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What is going on, Conscious crew? Let me speak to you guys in the building. What's going on, Sabby? Hey, it's gotta be Destiny. Hey, Marsha. What's going on, Danetti? What's going on, Legina? Hey, Star. What's going on, They Love MJ? Hey, Tracy. Hey, Coco. Hey, Miss Dawkins. What's going on, the number one and only? What's going on, Kimani's Way? Thank you so much. Yep, I said it. Hey. What's going on, Hood Star? Thank you, boo. Hey, Lauren. What's going on, Delightful? Hey, B Angie. What's going on? Hey, babes. I forgot how I pronounce this right here. What is this symbol again, boo? Because I think you was in the chat before, and I was like, I can't even see this. I'm so blind. What's going on, Lady D? Hey, Queen B More. Hey, baby. What's going on? Hey, everybody. So happy Saturday, you guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. I just wanted to come and get into a few hot topics with you all. What's going on, Jasmine? Hey, April. Okay, April. I have to remember that. April. Yeah, I'm literally blind as a bat. Like, being 39 is very interesting. I'm not really that blind, but I've been experimenting with contacts because I'm going to probably go the contact lens route. I was going to get some LASIK eye procedures done, but people was like, don't do that. Don't do it. So I don't know whether that's a sham procedure that comes with more complications than not. My vision isn't really bad, but I'm like a vampire. I dwell in the dark. I be reading in the dark. Like I've been like this my whole life, okay? So my little 2020 vision is more like, girl, we done went from looking in 4K to 720p, okay? I got 720p eyesight, okay? It's still functional, but I got to blow things up a little bit more. I got to pull out the magnifier glass, to get into them tiny little nooks and crevices when it comes to the letter shy. So, we're going to do better. We're going to do better. Also, thank you guys for the hair compliment. I was like, you know what? Let me put on my dark Phoenix hair because I'm in my Phoenix era. And I really just forgot how gorgeous this hair color actually is. It's like a red wine. And you guys know I'm going to be going out of town this month. I'm going to be going to Detroit, and then I'm going to be going to Philly. And so I've been really trying to figure out what I want my aesthetics to give. And I think I'm taking Phoenix Fire with me. Like, this is literally a spiritual color, girl. Like, my spells be spelling when I'm be spelling in this hair, okay? I have certain hair and certain hair color that I use for my magical work, for my supernatural work, child. And this one of them hair colors, honey, it just literally puts me into total and utter alignment. You guys also probably asking, why am I wearing a mask? I just like my mask. You guys know we had to do the mask thing for COVID, but my mask ended up being so stylish that I literally just like the way they look. So, I don't mind looking like a Mortal Kombat character, girl. It's giving Maylene, it's giving Katana, okay? It's giving Sindel. And are you guys excited for the new Mortal Kombat movie coming out in what? October, November? Speaking of movies, you guys, I was thinking about also doing a bit of a reaction segment on the channel. Maybe I'll start another channel for this, or maybe I'll just introduce it to the main platform. But I want to start doing movie reactions and reviews as well as trailer reviews. What y'all think about that? Is that something y'all would be interested in, child? Because that'll make me sit my ass down and watch TV, which I do not. But it'd be some good shit that I'd be missing out on. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. So we're gonna introduce all that, girl. I'm working on stuff for y'all, girl. Y'all know we have a political segment that's coming to the platform. I'm not going to be a part of the panel, but I'm putting together a political panel that'll be coming on to the platform once a week at first. And they'll be giving you guys all of the political news that's been going on for the week, etc. And then if that segment does really, really, really well on the platform, we'll probably pick up more days, okay? A lot of people have been emailing me and DMing me on Instagram and through email. I prefer you guys to email me your interest in being a part of the panel. And when you're in the heading, put political panel. That way, when I go into my email, I can just search political panel, and everybody who has emailed me about the political panel, I can respond to, and everything is just kind of orderly. Because if you DM me on Instagram, I'm not going to remember that you even DM me. I get so many DMs on Instagram that it's nuts, okay? All y'all men's, all y'all fiancés, all your boyfriends, all them niggas in my DMs on Instagram. So we can't be over on Instagram doing business, okay? So shoot me an email at Consciouztv and put political panel if you are interested and have the time to be a part of a 45-minute to hour-long political panel once a week, okay? Consciouztv at Gmail. All information is in the description box below. What's going on, Judge Shady? Hey, baby. Vote no for Trump. Period, honey, okay? The beginning and the motherfucking end. What's going on, Savvy? What's going on, Side by Stevie? Hey, baby. What's going on, baby girl? Yes, honey. Velvet Rope, honey, is giving Jean Grey Phoenix from X-Men 3, honey. X-Men The Last Stand. This is my last stand here, child. All right, you guys. So let's get into some things because we got a lot going on, and I'm not going to keep you guys here for a long time, only for a good time. There are a few things going on in the news. I said, you know what? Let me not load the docket up too bad because I want to keep this live stream under an hour. That's going to be my new time frame, girl, is commentary under an hour. Unless we got to do some deep talks, all right? But first thing first, girl, we got to get into baby mother Cardi B, who meant allegedly what she said, girl, that if we beef, we going to beef forever, all right? So Rah Ali from It's On Site, you guys also may know Rah Ali from getting her ass whooped on the Black Ink crew by Sky. She's also been on Basketball Wives, you know, drama for days. She used to be Remy Ma's best friend. Then Remy and her fell out, and then she decided to be an op and go over there and be a barb for Onika Maraj Petty III child. A whole mess. Well, you guys know a few years ago when Cardi B had Nicki Minaj plugged up to the Harper's Bazaar wall like a Glade plug-in. It was Rah Ali who was in attendance with Nicki and tried to take up for Nicki. And somewhere in between the rumbling and the yabba dabba doing, girl, Cardi B ended up with a Barty knot on her head the size of Mars, baby. It was all this drama about whether the knot came from her being elbowed by security or whether the knot came from a direct blow from Rah Ali. What we have learned, since both of them have spoken out when they recently ran into one another at a foreign airport, apparently speakers got thrown, apparently yelling and cussing got had. Rah and Cardi got two different accounts of what took place, but Cardi B apparently actually admitted that Rah Ali did make contact with her in their original physical altercation at the Harper's Bazaar event, child. But apparently that hit did not cause the knot on her head. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Rah Ali, who came to the internet and wanted to chronicle what had took place when she ran into Cardi B recently, child. Oh, matter of fact, before I play this, you guys, can you guys hear me? Because I got an old nasty Beyonce fan that's giving me all the things. But can you guys hear me and hear me well? If you guys can hear me, give me a 1 in the chat. And you guys run the likes up. We need all the likes. You guys can hear me? Okay, sure. Because it's kind of loud on my end, child. But I'm glad y'all can't hear shh. Okay, everything sounds good. All right. Check out Rah Ali, girl.
Work. A lot of people come into town, business people, entertainers, and it's a positive situation all around. So I'm leaving. I'm by myself, and I'm in the wheelchair.
Why are you in the
wheelchair? At the airport.
Oh,
I didn't feel well.
He was also trying to get through security quick too. I do it tomorrow. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you're behind. Let's go.
So I'm not feeling that good. I really genuinely had a cold. I did a virtual appointment with a doctor and, got a Z-Pack.
Oh, it was serious.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that good. Yeah. So, I'm going through security. I'm not sure if you even know of the history between Cardi B and I'm not sure if you even know.
Now, can you tell me the Cardi thing? Because I don't know.
Of course. So I'm going to tell the story backwards just so that...
I can't wait to hear it.
Okay. So recently I went to Cannes for the Lions Festival.
Yep.
It was for work. A lot of people come into town, business people, entertainers, and it's a positive... I'm sitting there and being pushed, and I look ahead of me, and there's no one else there, just Cardi.
Oh, so this is recently?
This is the other day.
Yeah, because I talked to you before you told me you was going to Cannes. Oh, this is okay, cool, okay.
This is me leaving from
France.
Cannes. Yep. So I see her ahead of me, and
what are you thinking, if you don't mind me asking? What are you thinking?
I can't even say what I was thinking. I think more so I was thinking is, oh God, you know, like
not right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
oh boy. That's usually, you know.
Not oh boy.
And she has like a red dress, and I'll show you the video because I definitely took my phone out immediately and I just pressed record.
That's that media smartness, boy.
Yeah, I took my phone out, I pressed record, and I'm like, she's chewing a bagel.
Oh.
She's standing there. And they rolled me.
She was contemplating, Rah Ali, whether she was gonna whip your ass or not, baby. That's what she was meditating on the ass whipping you was about to get.
Here, and she's standing right there with that TV. I'm sitting there, being pushed, and I monitor is. Okay. So I'm just sitting there, I'm just looking. She doesn't see me yet. Okay, perfect. So she's chewing, and then she turns and she looks, and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" I say nothing. My assumption, because I'm not going to put something out there that I'm not sure about, is that it didn't click on her in her head, possibly when she first saw me, that it was me. Yeah. Maybe because I'm in a wheelchair. Yeah. I don't know. Sure. I don't know what was the reason. And
okay. And did she explain why the hell she was in her electric scooter? Like, does anybody know why in the hell Rah Ali was actually in a scooter?
She I didn't say anything. So maybe once I didn't answer her, maybe she was like, do I got problems with this person or something? I don't know. Yeah. So whenever it clicked on her, whenever it registered, I'm watching her, remember? So I'm looking right at her. She goes to her security and she says to him, that's whatever she says to him. I see him lean over like this, and she's telling him in his ear. So I just take, like monitor is. Okay. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just looking. She doesn't see the bag that's in my lap, and I just put it on the wheelchair part because I know I'm probably gonna have to stand up. And he turns around and he looks, and I'm just like, I'm still sitting in the chair. I'm just looking. And so now, once she informs him that I'm there, it's in 5, 4, 3, 2, showtime. You got me f***ed up. You got me. Like, immediately she starts yelling and cursing and screaming. Oh, what's up? What's up? What? Yeah. You thought I was gonna get my lick back? What you thought? What you thought? You on the internet? Talk about how you. Now, one thing I never have done, never ever done. There's not any footage of me ever going on camera and elaborating on me, the bag that's in my lap, and I just put it on the having a physical fight with someone. If there wasn't already footage to show that it happened. Mm-hmm. I don't come from that world. I don't care what it was. I'm not going to tell you I stole a pack of cookies out the store and there's no proof. I just don't do that. I don't think it's cute. I think you sound stupid. Yeah. I think anybody even admitting to something in any capacity, they don't have to, is crazy. Yeah. That's not my world. So there's nothing online of me ever saying, yeah, haha, that's why I beat her up. That's not how I move. I don't move like that. And so she was like, yeah, you on. So I looked at her and I said, yo, you look so stupid, because we're in France.
So we're in the airport.
In the airport, but in France. We're not in the airport in the States. Yes. Because I actually kind of think that if it's really like that, if you feel like being like that in the States, we all know what Bookings is. We all been to Rikers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know my father was in there. I visited him a couple times, but yeah, you're right.
Everybody knows.
Nobody want to go
there. Having a physical fight with someone, if you didn't somewhere but locked up abroad, like the show that's on A&E.
International lawyers, all that. Oh my God.
What?
Yeah.
And so she's yelling and she's screaming. And I was like, wow. I said, this is 3 kids later. 3 kids later. I've, of course, stood up now because I have to stand up because
you got to protect yourself.
I don't know what any of them are going to do. So, I'm always looking to be the mature person at this point because I have too much to lose. But I'm definitely by nature a fighter. My heart doesn't pump Kool-Aid, and I will go down into my last second of breathing, and I'm gonna bang. I'm not gonna. It is what it is, So
I really like you.
But I just was like, girl, grow up. She's like, grow up. You think that? I was just like, you look so stupid. You sound stupid. You look stupid. You gotta chill. She takes her shoes somewhere, like, but locked the off. She starts throwing her shoes.
Really?
She starts throwing her bags. I don't know. She starts throwing her bags. She's yelling to the top of her lungs. Now, of course, now the airport people are coming over. And I'm like, this is just so goofy. And, you know, ultimately the end result was nothing. Just a bunch of just making us look stupid as Black people. And, you know, she went about her business. But one, she was the aggressor in the original altercation, not me.
Can you tell me that original altercation? I don't know nothing about it.
That would mean I have to tell you about me being physical with someone on air.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? That's like, I ain't do that. Okay.
What the fuck happened?
But I'll tell you, but she was the aggressor. No one initiated anything with her. At this stage of where we are in life, and yelling in the airport, and it's so corny. So she starts throwing her shoes.
Really?
I even said, you know, in the process, I said, are you not tired? Because, you know, I could raise my voice for a couple of minutes. And I'm like, that's exhausting. I'm good on that.
You know the only people that are tired? The people that roll off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she hasn't. She can, but she just chose not to. And I think because she ain't got the she went to ride off.
Right. So I haven't, you know, shared that with anyone until now.
Thanks for telling me. I feel so special. By the way, I never told nobody my so hey.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
There you go. I even said, you know, in the process, I said, are you not tired? Because, you know.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So both of them were somewhere over in France, coming back into the States at an airport. Rah Ali and all her mug shots pull up in a damn wheelchair for whatever reason. She ain't feeling good. I want her and Cardi B ass would be pushing through the same damn airport, baby, and she thought that Cardi B was going to possibly take it easy on her ass if she saw her in that scooter. Nonetheless, they end up in the same line at the same airport. Cardi B speaks to her. She thinks initially Cardi B doesn't know who the hell she is. Cardi B and then goes over to her security, gives him word, then begins to act a damn fool. And Rah Ali just ultimately sits there while Cardi B crashes out. Okay. Now, a lot of people were saying, why in the hell did Rah Ali bring this to us, girl? Take us out the group chat. Why did she even think to mention this? I think Rah Ali mentioned this altercation because she did get a speaker upside her motherfucking head, okay? Because there is no other reason why she should have brought this to us unless she was trying to get ahead of the story. So she wanted to get first dibs on the narrative. Now Cardi B is about to give her rendition of what took place. And this is what Cardi B had to say in her Twitter space about what happened between her and Rah Ali at the airport.
I'm getting checked. I'm in the line. My thing is about to go through TSA and whatever. And I turn around and I literally see this woman. She's in a wheelchair and she looked like in distress or something. Like she looked in distress. So I looked at her. I couldn't even believe my eyes because I feel like I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I couldn't even believe my eyes. And I can't believe I'm in France. And this is happening all there and then. So this woman is in a wheelchair and I look at her and I said, you good? And she said, I don't feel well. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I told my security, and let me tell you something about my security. I know that you guys see him in pictures. I know that you guys think, but me and my...
So far, they got the same account. So far, they both given a play-by-play and it's the same play-by-play.
My security been my security already for like 6 years. And like my security is a big crip. You know what I'm saying? So his opinion to me mattered.
Okay, now why in the hell? Cardi B literally just got sued for that 2023 microphone she tossed upside that concert goer's head. That's why I believe she did go upside Rah Ali's head, baby, because if we beef, we gonna beef forever, baby. And if it's anything Cardi B is gonna do, is she gonna throw a shoe, she gonna throw a mic, or in this case, baby, she gonna throw an Amazon speaker, baby, okay? And then she gonna hide behind security, who just gonna end up accidentally elbowing her in the motherfucking eye any damn way, okay? So I believe, because it's in Cardi B's pathology to show her ass and to be violent and to throw shit, okay? And the fact that she has security there to save the day, I absolutely believe that Cardi B took advantage of the space, the opportunity, and the fact that she had her help there, okay? So yes, it's given. Rah Ali just wanted to get ahead of the story and try to play it down before Cardi B ass went to IG or to Twitter about the situation.
Not even his opinion in the line.
Oh, but what I was finna say is, why in the hell would you say that your bodyguard is a big ass crip? Girl, you almost got locked up for 90 years and 90 days. Down there getting them strippers jumped. Now you're in a total full-on civil lawsuit for assaulting someone, and you just had your lawyer successfully prohibit the oppositional party from bringing up your stripper past and from bringing up your past partial convictions, etc. So why in the hell would you be in a lawsuit currently for being violent and then tell the public how your bodyguard is a current member of a gang? Does that make any motherfucking sense?
I'm getting checked. I'm in the line. My thing is about to go through TSA and whatever. And I turn around and I literally see this woman. She's in a wheelchair and she looked like in distress or something. Like she looked in distress. So I looked at her. I couldn't even believe my eyes because I feel, but it's like, I would never like to look pussy in front of my security because I feel like if I do some pussy shit, I know my security gonna be like, bitch, you're pussy. Because that's the type of relationship that we have. So I told my security, right? I'm like, yo, this chick is right behind me. Like, he's like, oh my God, like she's in a wheelchair. So I asked him, what should I do? Because at the end of the day, we are in France. And you know what? It would have been really easy for me to just snuff her in a wheelchair. But I'm like, yo, what should I do? Because we're in France. And I'm about to, we in Cannes, and I'm about to fly to Paris to shoot my album concert, and everybody's waiting for me. But either way, so we are in France, and we're going to go to jail. So he was like, you know what? Let's catch her upstairs in the lounge. Because the TSA that we went to is a TSA that you go through, and then you go upstairs to.
So you are a high-profile celebrity figure currently in a lawsuit for being violent, trying to get your past from being brought into that current lawsuit. Not only do you speak flippantly that your bodyguard is a gang member, but you also just told the public how you and your professional team actually put hits on people and plan out full-on assaults on people. And to make matters worse, Rah Ali is in an actual wheelchair. So there's literally no justification for your actual behavior. You're not in danger. You can't argue self-defense. This is literally inexcusable, ghetto-ass 304 behavior. And the fact that you're just releasing all of this information is wild. But then again, this is the fault of the law, because she's been able to pretty much get away with her buffoonery since she's been trying it as a celebrity. So I guess, to Cardi B's point, hell, she lives in the realm of no accountability. She lives in the realm of being able to be acquitted and just settle out of court and just, you know, stay 50 motherfucking feet away from her victims. there's not like there's any real consequence aside from her spending money in the legal system to defend herself as a goddamn defendant. So I blame the law on why Cardi B is so comfortable just being a big ass 304.
Private lounge. But it's like, I would never like to look pussy in front of my security. And you know, like, you in a private lounge, you could go to the bathroom, you could do whatever the fuck you practically want in the lounge. So I'm like, that's where I'm gonna catch you at. Like, that's where I'm gonna pop it off. So, and yes, I know that I'm grown. And I shouldn't have that mentality. But let's be fucking for real. If I wouldn't have said nothing, and if I would have been an adult, she still would have came online and would have been like, oh, I saw Cardi B and she didn't do nothing. She's pussy. And on top of that, I don't care what it is. Your friend's security, and you attacked me. Y'all grabbed me. No, the security grabbed me.
Okay, wait. Before we get at her talking about the Harper's Bazaar shit, the fact that Cardi B is a grown-ass woman with 3 kids going through a divorce, trying to put out an album in hopes that it don't flop harder than plastic when it hits the flow, currently caught up in a civil lawsuit for assault, and is currently in a relationship with an alleged down low brother that she's trying to keep glued together like a lace front. And her biggest concern was about Rah Ali getting ahead of the story and coming online talking shit. So Cardi B just admitted that she lives fully in her ego. And the fact that she didn't find the fact that she's worth $70 trillion goddamn dollars as a viable excuse to any bitch who thinks that she still has to get down and dirty in that way. Like, bitch, your comeback, if Rah Ali would have got ahead of it first, is, bitch, I'm too rich to fight a broke-ass hoe like you. Okay, girl? You rocking a crooked middle part. We not the same. The fact that Cardi B doesn't find being a mother as a viable excuse to keep her ass out of a foreign prison is fascinating. The fact that Cardi B has real, substantive, objective, real-life things to live for. She got an album rollout. She got a schedule. She got projects she's actively responsible for fulfilling. And all of that go out the window, girl. Her freedom, her liberty, her safety, her children, everything she's worked for and working for goes out of the window so that she can look gangster in an airport in front of her op who's wheelchair bound. My God. Today, girl. Where is CPS when you need her? Where's CPS when you need her? I'll get into my conclusion. Let's keep listening. She's finna now get into the Harper's Bazaar incident.
And you attacked me. And if you thought I was gonna let that shit fly, you out of your fucking mind. Like, I can't die on this earth. I can't live and die knowing that somebody put their hands on me and I never did nothing back. Like, bitch, I'm from the Bronx, you from the... And you know, like, you in a private lounge, you could go to the bathroom, you could do whatever the fuck you practically want in the lounge. So I'm like, that's where I'm gonna catch you at. Like, that's where I'm gonna pop it off. So, and yes, I know that I'm grown, and I shouldn't have that mentality in the Bronx. You know what's up. So anyways, I'm on the line and I'm waiting because I know she has to go upstairs to the lounge, and we go into the lounge, and it's like, all right, that's where we're going to handle our business. Because I know she's aware that we in cons, and I'm aware that I'm in cons. Like, ain't nobody trying to go to jail. So I'm on the line, and now I see that she's stood up now. Now she's not in the wheelchair. Now she's standing, but she's staring at me. Like, she's staring at me, like, literally staring at me. She's not getting her eyes off of me. So now I'm already thinking to myself, like, it's like, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. We're about to fight right now because she looking at me like she wanted. So that's when I start arguing with her. And, like, and she's just telling me, like, you need to grow up. Like, be for real, grow up. So that's when I threw a JBL speaker on her head. And she said, you feel better about yourself? And then she's like, she's acting like now she's gonna fight. Like, but she wasn't being like aggressive. You know what's up. So anyways, I'm on the line. So she was like, oh, okay, now, because I guess she was sick. I don't know what was wrong with her. So then I guess my security is like, like now he in between both of us, because now the police is really coming. Like they're really rushing to the part of the airport. And she was saying, you feel good now? Like, you good? That's what you wanted? And I kept saying, yeah, that's what I wanted. Of course I'm going to get my lick back. And you know that I'm not lying because she practically saying it herself. I don't know why you said that I was throwing a shoe. And why you not saying that you got hit in the head with whatever. But you know what? Whatever. At the end of the day, you know I'm not lying because even herself said, you thought I was going to get my leg back? I wouldn't have said that if it was just me arguing with her. I wouldn't have said that if a shoe went flying somewhere. You know I said, you know.
Correct. Renee, why she don't think that Rah Ali can literally sue her for assault and attempted battery? You're literally sitting here admitting that your gang affiliate security guard pushed you to commit a crime against a non-violent person in a wheelchair at that, and you're giving the play-by-play, and Rah Ali is your op, and you never conceived that Rah Ali could literally sue you and be living off of your whoop shop money, girl? That she could be living, girl, off of your Is the Drama Me album? Yes, bitch. And you know what? Just for the hell of it all, that's exactly what Rah Ali ass should do, girl. File her formal complaint and make Cardi B run her that money because she has a clear case. She has a clear victory, girl, to Lawsuit Boulevard. My God.
You know, I said I got my leg back because you got hit. And you know what? I'm good. So she was like, oh, okay, now, because I guess she was sick. I don't know what was wrong with her. So then I guess my security is like, like now he in between both of us, because now I wish we could have like fight and like, yeah, you're right. I wish we could have fight to the end, because I need to die knowing. I need to die knowing that I don't give a fuck how old we are. But at the end of the day, that was good enough for me. Like, that was good enough for me. I honestly cannot believe that you came online and talk about that, because that's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing, but you know what? I guess it's good traction, good story. It is what it is though. And I'm glad. And you know what? Now that I got my leg back and you hear me and I hear you,
baby, you speaking way too much soon, girl. Lawsuit coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, girl. Your lick what? Girl, this is a wraparound lick for Rah Ali, and Rah Ali will be a damn fool under this Trump administration, as high as rent and gas is, bitch, to not be trying to get all the financial licks. Ain't that bitch allegedly do fraud, girl? Girl, where's the fraudulent mindset at, girl? Rah Ali has done worse things for a coin, girl. Now she has a legitimate opportunity, girl, to get a bag, honey. And you ain't got to sell them Payless ass shoes and paint the bottom of them red, girl, and ship them out and distribute them as red bottoms now, honey, to pay your light bill. You have a clear, objective, legit means to a nice coin. Rah will be stupid to pass that up.
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is true. Like, we are older. We are mothers. You're in your 40s. I'm in my 30s. But I wasn't gonna let you go back and report to your boss and say that I ain't do shit, because I never been put.
But the gag is, that's exactly what Rah Ali did any damn way. Rah Ali completely edited out the part where she got popped upside her disabled ass head with a damn speaker. So Rah Ali still did what you thought whipping her ass would prevent her from doing. And the gag about it is, Cardi, if you really wanted to get Rah Ali back, you said she was standing right behind you. She also was sitting in a wheelchair, which means that she's literally face to face with your ass. All you had to do was lift your damn dress, baby, and that rancid BBL smell probably would have sent her to glory, girl. Ain't they saying that that's why Stephen divorced you, legally separated from you, broke up with your child, and you paid his ass to be your boyfriend after that because you just couldn't have that narrative out there, baby? You should have sat that BBL aroma on her ass, baby. That would have been all the assault that Rah Ali ass would have needed, baby. If it allegedly ran Stefan off temporarily, okay, it definitely would have collapsed what was remaining of Rah Ali's reproductive and nervous system, girl. Okay.
One thing about me, I know I'm very small. I'd rather get beat up 30 million times than a bitch ever say that I'm pussy. I'm never pussy. I don't go. I wish we could have like fight and like fuck how much bigger than you are than me. Fuck how much bigger than you are than me. Fuck how much bigger than you are than me. Fuck how.
Okay, I don't know why she's repeating this stuff, child. This is some ignorant ass shit. Where's Mona Scott Young where you need it? There literally is no point to Cardi B literally being famous. There's no point to her being a rapper. If she wanted to be a ghetto, doing ghetto, there is no reason why none of us should have helped to make her ass rich and famous. If this is what she was going to do, girl, with elevating and upgrading to another tax bracket, is act like Shaquisha and Shanae from Round the Block on World Star Hip Hop, we could have kept her ass in her trailer where she was getting beat up by them hard ass lesbians, girl, in them damn parking lots and shit, where we found her ass. I do think there has to be something in the BBL chemical makeup, girl, that just really rots the frontal temporal lobe, that just degrades and chews away at, the cognitive capabilities of one's brain, girl. There's going to definitely be a commercial in 10 years, girl, saying that if you ever got your ass sliced open and had hot air breath pumped into you, bitch, please dial 1-800, come get you a big check, you handicapped bitch. Because, baby, these BBLs are killing these girls, and if they're damn near killing, they're not even damn near, if they're killing these women, imagine what the side effects are with those who survived their BBL. I like to call it BBL rage, okay? It's all the girls with the BBLs, baby, who whipping ass. All the celebrity girls, girl, from Erica Banks, On Love and Hip Hop, whipping ass, Nicki Minaj ass, at Harper Bazaar with Cardi B, both them BBL'd up, whipping ass. Everybody whipping ass with the BBL girl. It's something in that junk that's in they damn trunk. Cardi B needs to sit down. Her fans deserve better than that, but her children, more importantly, deserves better than that. Because had Rah Ali got her big back ass up and took all 12 of her defense lining ass abilities and picked up that damn scooter and dropped it on top of her motherfucking ass, baby, the Cardi children would have been raised by Offset and their new stepmammy in place. I'm actually kind of just shocked that this is still Cardi B. I'm low-key surprised that even $12 million richer Cardi B already got enough problems under the sun between a nasty divorce and a civil lawsuit and an uncertain album, unpredictable album, unforeseeable album ahead, girl, that this is still what Cardi B got time to do out loud. And I blame the American legal system for this out of controlness, girl. We need to start a petition to get that BBL material, remove the Cardi B. I fully believe that if they vacuum that shit up out of her ass, baby, that Cardi B will probably be around here in her Lil Nas X bag, giving us all type of gospel albums, girl. Being featured on Kirk Franklin's next project, child. Be on tour with the damn Clark sisters, girl. I really think all the demon energy is in that BBL gunk, okay? This is insanity, girl, okay? And for all of this, Cardi, this album better be fire, bitch. This album, you better be putting as much force and passion and eagerness into this album as you did in an attempt to prove a point to Rah Ali, baby, in the airport line. And if it's not, we're going to flame your ass up, child. Y'all send light and love to Cardi B so she can keep her ass out of trouble for the sake of them children. And Rah Ali, bitch, get your attorney on the line, bitch. You got a coin to get to, baby. Get your attorney on the line, bitch. Let her run you your moolah. Now, speaking of running moolah, girl, I can't believe we just spent 47 minutes on Cardi B, girl. Insane. Jay-Z and Ramir. Y'all know that we reported last week that Ramir dropped his lawsuit. He did not give an explanation why. Everybody was figuring that Jay-Z paid him off. I told y'all that Jay-Z don't pay nobody off. Jay-Z is not in the business of paying people off. If he was going to do that, girl, these lawsuits will never make it to the light of day to begin with, okay? He's not doing himself any justice by paying people off after they done pulled the trigger, child. Okay, I told y'all, Jay-Z been giving everybody smoke. He sued Jane Doe. He sued Tony Busby in the last lawsuit he was involved in last year. Jay-Z is married to Beyonce. It's not enough to just pay people to be quiet. Jay-Z has to actually prove that he's innocent for the sake of his wife's reputation. That's why he can't be in the business of just a settlement. No. It needs to be Jay-Z is innocent, okay? Now, you guys also have been asking why Jay-Z just won't take the damn paternity test, etc., even though Ramir was also suing for, like, emotional distress and using his celebrity to pretty much control the courts, blah, 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 blah. This wasn't per se an exclusive paternity lawsuit. But Jay-Z isn't going to do that because the other 30% of the black population who looks like Jay-Z ass is going to be taking up his time and sucking his goddamn coin dry for they little 15 minutes of clout pretending that Jay-Z is their goddamn daddy. Okay, so if Jay-Z opened up the can of worms for one person, he got to entertain all the other Jay-Z lookalikes in the world, baby, who talking about this man is my damn daddy. I am entitled to be the heir of the Carter's inheritance, baby. No, ma'am. Okay? No, ma'am. So Ramir finally came forward in a live stream and said, I have not been paid off. I dropped the lawsuit for the reasons I told y'all he did. I told y'all Ramir dropped that lawsuit because once Jay-Z told the judge, look, we done been through this for over a decade. This case done been thrown out over and over again. Matter of fact, Ramir is in contempt right now for even doing this because he's prohibited from even coming after me at this point. There's already been previous rulings in my favor against Ramir. So he's out of order. I told y'all, Ramir dropped that lawsuit because he was going to get ran down on by that judge and by Jay-Z's team. And because Jay-Z got the coin, Ramir knows that Jay-Z can put a permanent foot on his neck and aggravate his life for the rest of his life the way that Jay-Z allegedly did Ramir's godmother, who done had her damn house seized. She done had her damn ovaries seized by Jay-Z, girl. She done had her goddamn womb seized. She done had her children seized by the Carter's, girl. So Ramir know, girl, how death-defying playing these goddamn court games are with Jay-Z, honey. We're talking about Rock Nation here, okay? So Ramir dropped his lawsuit. He said, look, I have not been paid off. He said, also, I know what's coming down the pipeline because of what they're trying to argue against me. So I wanted to avoid that. And he claims this is not the end, though, that he's going to gear up again. I don't think Ramir's coming back, baby. I think this is it. I think that last part of Ramir's little sentiments were just him saving face, because this has been his biggest grift, is allegedly being Jay-Z's biological son. But I think this is actually where the buck is ending. I think Ramir will do a lot more interviews, but I do not foresee Ramir pressing the gas legally now that Jay-Z has said and made the courts aware of all that's been now made aware, girl. Ramir is going to have several seats, and they're not going to be in a courthouse, okay? They might be on Trasher K's platform. He might have a seat on Instagram Live. He may have a goddamn seat on the Roland Martin show, girl. But he's not going to have another goddamn seat in the court of law now that he knows that Jay-Z is going to be reminding the courts, girl, that this man is in contempt. Now, Jay-Z done got carried away after he done got his win. And shout out to Jay-Z, girl, because he really is whipping ass and taking names right now, girl. This is his second big legal win within a year's time. He got the Jane Doe case dismissed on merit. Now, Ramir done dropped his lawsuit, girl, and I don't think he's circling the block. But Jay-Z asked, because he got a point to prove, which is why he sued Jane Doe and Tony Busby, he has a point to prove too, girl, by holding Ramir fully accountable because he's married to Beyonce. Okay, Jay-Z wanted in black and white. I am innocent, girl. So he got to press the gas. Well, he pressed the gas by making a request to the judge to have Ramir reimburse him for his court and attorney fees. And apparently a judge has blocked that request, girl. They are going to give Jay-Z, though, I think 30 days to pretty much refile the request again and to give a legit reason why Jay-Z should be entitled to legal fees and court fees. Now, remember, earlier on in this litigation, Jay-Z tried to get the lawsuit dismissed on his own. Ramir ended up dropping it, but Jay-Z tried to get the case dismissed. The judge pretty much said, nah, we're going to let things move forward. What that told me was that the judge found the suit to at least have some general basic merit, okay? That this isn't some frivolous suit. There seems to be some legit concerns that the plaintiff have, and the courts would be interested in exploring some of those claims on the plaintiff's behalf. So it's clear to me that the judge is like, why are you asking for attorney fees when we've already ruled that the lawsuit has merit based upon some of the allegations, which means that we decided that this was not a malicious lawsuit. This was not a meritless lawsuit. So you're going to have to really argue why you want attorney fees. And just because he dropped the suit doesn't mean that he's entitled to reimburse you. So cough up a legit reason why Ramir need to run you that. Okay? I'm now curious what the hell Jay-Z is going to say, especially since the courts did greenlight this lawsuit, child. But Jay-Z wants all of the smoke, girl. Jay-Z is outside right now. That's who Cardi B should have featured on her damn single, Outside, bitch, is Jay-Z, girl. Because Jay-Z been calling himself standing on big business, girl. He's trying to prove a big point. But when Jay-Z does a little bit too much, he gets that smack in the face. Remember, he tried to do the same thing in the Tony Busby Jane Doe case. He wanted to be reimbursed, this, that, and the third. But remember, the judge pretty much dismissed a lot of Jay-Z's claims against Tony Busby in the extortion lawsuit that Jay-Z filed against Tony Busby in retaliation for Tony Busby filing the assault case against him. I've been telling Jay-Z ass, girl, just take your initial wins and move around. When you try to come back and double down, that's when you get uppercutted, girl. You ain't got that kind of favor with them damn Baphomets and shit. And them damn vampires and shit you and Beyonce be praying to, girl. Okay, y'all ain't got that kind of power. All right? Okay? Y'all spiritual power allow y'all to just get by just a damn enough, okay? If you want a full-on vindication, baby, you and Beyonce gonna have to go back to professing Jesus, baby. Okay? Not this general God y'all think, child, when y'all putting up 666s and checkerboard floors and all type of Freemasonic ass symbolism in your videos. That ain't got nothing to do with the one who died on the cross, y'all. Hold on. So Jay-Z, long as you worshiping them Baphomets and them goddamn gargoyles, girl, you gonna get a general win. If you want the full win, baby, you gonna have to come back to Christ, okay? Moving along. Cause speaking, baby, it's like, I didn't realize till we did this docket, y'all, that we ain't got nothing but a bunch of hoes in court on the docket, girl. Jay-Z and Ramir, Cardi B ass and her silver suit, child. Rah Ali may be filing against her ass. Tory goddamn Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. I forgot. This is retrograde. This is typical of retrograde. And let me tell you something. A lot of the people who own the losing side of these lawsuits are people who had bad karma coming in to the lawsuits, because retrograde pretty much gives favor for those who have sold favor, and it gives misfortune to those who have sold misfortune. Well, we finally got an update on Tory Lanez. Remember, you guys, we reported a few months ago that Tory Lanez had sat down to do a deposition in the Nappy Radio lawsuit against, or funneled and brought about by Megan Thee Stallion. Remember, in that deposition, we read the transcripts. Tory Lanez was trolling his ass off during the deposition, made a complete mockery of himself, completely wasted Meg's attorney's time, wasted his own attorney's time, Unite the People, who now have dropped his alleged paid surrogate, okay? And then after Tory Lanez had did all this cartwheeling and gymnastics, girl, he must have realized that he had just fucked up all the church's money. So then he ran down there to the prison library and started writing up letters to the goddamn judge, girl. Trying to make excuses, child, for his behavior, because his attorneys were very upset at him. Okay, they even had expressed being upset in their filings, basically greenlighting Megan's attorneys to do what they will with Tory Lanez's goofy clown ass. Now, Tory Lanez had like 10 days to write the judge a 4-page letter arguing why he should not be held in contempt for acting a fool during his deposition. Where the courts just ruled, girl, and they have found Tory Lanez guilty of contempt, and he has in fact been ordered to pay Megan Thee Stallion's legal fees after mocking deposition. Okay, Tory Lanez just fucked around and found out, child. Let me see if they have an amount here. I'm gonna have to go probably into Pacer or Court Listener to figure out how much he gonna have to run Megan's team, girl. Megan is that bitch. This why, and she been taking Sloppy Radio the fuck out. Y'all know that Sloppy Radio girl done lost all her legal representation. She facing civil and criminal penalties. They now done successfully sanctioned Nappy Radio. She herself owes Megan Thee Stallion $5,000, girl. Okay? For playing around in discovery and not handing over the information that's been legally and lawfully requested of her, girl. Megan Thee Stallion is tearing up Tory and his paid surrogate, girl. This shit is actually iconic. It is iconic. She got both her Uda and harasser and his alleged paid surrogate, girl, running her coin. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Megan, when you're done, girl, wrapping these girls up in a burrito, you need to come on down here to the social medias, baby, and give us all a tutorial, bitch, okay? Teach us everything you know, bitch. Baby. Because Megan's ancestors, angels, Holy Spirit, and the guardianship from her mother on the other side, baby, she got all the damn infinity stones. I am screaming. Tory Lanez just put out a flopped album a few months ago that went paperback on the charts. And now he gonna have to take the little bit of royalty and residual coin he made from his flop album, girl, and run that coin straight to the bitch that put his ass behind bars. You can't make this shit up. No wonder Megan Thee Stallion be around here in her big ass wig, fucking on biracial men, living her best life, selling goddamn pantyhose and things on the runway to women, child. Ain't got no time for Onika and her alleged coke spirals, baby. Because why? When you're this blessed and you this highly favored, baby, and everything always come full circle, baby, I ain't got to fight nothing. The Lord is already on it. I am inspired by Megan, girl. Megan is the second Beyonce bitch, okay? Baby, whatever Megan is surrounded by is of pure virtue, girl. And I am here for it. Tory Lanez and Nappy Radio could not be more publicly humiliated than what they are. This is going down in history, baby. And if this is what Megan is giving on her way to trial, just imagine what the verdict is going to be. Just imagine the way that she's going to make Nappy Radio suffer for all the trolling, all the stalking, all the harassment, all the menacing, all the slander, all the defamation. Girl, this is iconic. Iconic. I'm here for it, girl. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, child, whipping ass and taking names. Speaking of jail, girl, things were almost looking up for Diddy, baby. And then just like the narcissistic, sociopathic, gaslighting maniac that Donald Trump is, girl, he removed the little bit of light that was shining through the cracked prison bars of the jail cell that Diddy is throwing his ass around in a circle in, child. You guys may have heard a few weeks ago that y'all's president was seriously considering pardoning his perverted, sexually deviant friend from prison. But upon information and belief, it appears that Donald Trump has been informed that Diddy has had some choice words and criticisms for him at some point in time, and now he's moonwalking his pardon back. Check out what the Orange Cheeto had to say as it relates to that pardon.
He was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do, still in jail or something, but he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, you know, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And it's hard, you know, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs,
I
it
would
sounds
say
like.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about George Santos?
Wow. Girl, Donald Trump is the Cardi B of presidents. The fact that Donald Trump just literally sat on national television and admitted that he literally is in one of the most prominent, powerful leadership positions in the country and is a man who is fully intoxicated and drunk off ego is literally bewildering. The fact that Donald Trump literally sat on national television thinking he was being cute, talking about Diddy, while admitting that he is emotional, he's full of fucking estrogen, that his feelings can cloud his already frail ass gout-induced judgment. And this is the leader of the failing free world, girl. And then we wonder why the country looks the way that it does. The fact that Donald Trump was solely going to make a decision about Trump solely based upon proxy, not because of what's right, not because it really should be none of his motherfucking business when you have law-abiding citizens who need your help, bitch, when it comes to Medicaid, Medicare, when it comes to housing, food stamps, when it comes to women's rights, when it comes to LGBT rights, when it comes to the Department of Education, when it comes to etc. Bitch, and you got time to be focused on Diddy, who made intentional choices that led to his right now predicament is crazy. The fact that Trump was literally solely going to pardon him just because he was a friend. And then the fact that Donald Trump has zero intellect and zero emotional intelligence. Not that I give a fuck about Diddy, but the fact that he thought and could not separate. Because here's the thing. And this is the buffoonery. He didn't even hear the contradiction. Why are you mad at him for his sentiments about you as a president, but you also just admitted in the same thick-ass neck that you and him don't know each other well? So what in the hell did Diddy owe you? Secondly, if you had any bit of emotional intelligence, you would know, girl, you going from acquaintance to my president are two totally different realities. And you're qualified for all the constructive criticism, girl. As a politician and as a public figure and as the president, girl. Okay? You became this man's president. He had every right to change his tone and to bring about whatever criticism he thought was fitting regarding you being the president. Then he leaks it the very same thing, girl. Cool as a boss on Apprentice, but I don't need his ass as my president. On period. And that is a Lanithia quote. Donald Trump is so embarrassing and so peanut-minded and so immature and suffers from arrested development with these swollen ass cankles. Like, it is wild that Donald Trump has really no self-awareness. He actually thinks he sounds good when he speaks. He actually thinks that his thinking is congruent, girl, and grounded. The man didn't even realize he contradicted himself when he chose to be mad at somebody's opinion of him as a president who he also admitted he didn't know very well, but yet was going to pardon him because of proxy. Girl, what? And not to mention, I don't even think fully that this is about Donald Trump being in his feelings, even though he's a man who stays in that. I also think somebody tugged on his toupee, girl, and re-glued his shit down and showed him, girl, you can't be out here caught up in all this Epstein shit, and then you go and pardon a man who done been accused of, even though he's been acquitted of sex trafficking and et cetera, but is currently still being sued by individuals for trafficking and abuse. That don't look good, girl. That don't look, girl. We can't market that, baby. Okay? We're getting a little bit too carried away, girl. You're already getting ran down on because of Epstein's bitch. You giving partial immunity to, girl. And y'all working out sweetheart deals and all type of shit behind closed doors. Then you gonna go and entertain pardoning someone like Diddy? I think that's really why Donald Trump is backpedaling, is because right now, Donald Trump is losing his base. He's losing MAGA. They're very disgruntled. They're very upset with him. His shit is busting out of the seams by the minute. Donald Trump is trying to clean some of this shit up, but he's so egotistical, so stupid, and runs that mouth and those little Twitter fingers at a mile a minute that he can't help but get himself in shit that his PR team gotta come in, girl, and get him out of. But shout out to whatever the forces are, girl, that kept Donald Trump up out of that. Let whatever the hell becomes the Diddy become a motherfucking Diddy. Do I personally care if Diddy gets out? Look, people saying, child, the punishment don't fit the crime. Apparently, people go home after committing prostitution and pimping and anal sex, so whatever. But I'm sure that this judge, well, I don't know what the judge is going to do, but I do know about the circumstances that led to this judge initially sending Combs back to jail instead of sending his ass home. And it was because of Cassie and other victims who spoke out and wrote in letters saying that they believed that their lives were in danger, etc. The judge is now allowing both parties to present their best arguments. I don't know what the judge is going to do, but I do know that if Diddy's team are looking for Diddy to come home, they're going to have to speak to those concerns. And arguing, girl, that he ain't going to have no Wi-Fi, and he ain't going to have no front yard, and he going to be on a plant-based diet, bitch, is not enough to speak to the specific concerns that some of these women have about his black ass being home. Because we know, because he's a man with money and means, that Diddy don't have to do nothing himself. He can have the goon on his behalf. So their argument is going to have to be pretty goddamn persuasive. And it's going to have to be more persuasive than the persuasive power of Cassie and her stylist and her attorney, who successfully put Diddy ass back in jail until sentencing. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens. The judge hasn't ruled yet, but I'll be reporting to you guys when the judge does. And to be honest, the judge is probably giving that Diddy ass and his bail are going to be denied. And more than likely, Diddy probably is going to do a year or two. Probably going to do a year or two. I don't see this judge letting Diddy ass go home. Or maybe the judge plans on keeping Diddy locked up until until sentencing, and the judge would count that as time served. And then he can go home and wear his ankle monitor proudly, child, etc. Maybe the judge is just wanting him to spend a bit more time at Sing Sing and Rikers Island, being a big power bottom girl for Big Dick Derrick and all his homeboys down there, so that he can really feel like Diddy really understands the assignment and Diddy is going to be on his best behavior. Or maybe the judge just don't give a damn, baby, and he gonna get a lot more time than what the hell he already done damn served. Either way, bitch, we will be keeping up with the keeping up and reporting on the things. Last but not least, Wendy Williams and her goddamn wig. So Wendy Williams shares a video of court-appointed attorney Sabrina Peterson visiting her home. The Sun challenges the request for a private conversation. So apparently, Sabrina Morrissey, Peterson, girl. I mean, Sabrina Morrissey, the court-appointed guardian, and I think one of Wendy's ex-attorneys who were recently fired, who was supposed to be representing her in her fight to be freed from this guardianship. They made a home visit. For whatever reason, they wanted to have a private sit-down with Wendy. Wendy was there with her son. And shout out for Wendy having her own place. She's out of this 4x4 room that she was sliding down the goddamn window of, baby. Okay? She got an upstairs and a down. Girl, she got a staircase. Shout out to Wendy, baby. And the staircase, girl, you know, now she can get her cardio in and keep all them fluids off of them big ass feet she got. All right? But check out this footage, Shy.
If I, and it hasn't happened just yet, but maybe in 10 years, if it's too much to do it, I can go upstairs and exit that way, come back down.
In the elevator.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so
And this just sits here, it's nothing that I use.
yeah, she used to, yeah, but we don't use this no more. This is her own wheelchair.
Is that physical therapy?
Wheelchair? No, so when she she used to use it prior to working out. That's actually why she started working out, because she had trouble walking around because of her ankles.
Yeah. So you're getting used to this and how numb it is.
But she's been working out, and she hasn't had to use a wheelchair since.
Yeah. Yeah, that is good. That is good.
Yeah.
So okay, so that's fine. So I just have a couple of questions for you about
questions regarding what?
Just about the guardianship.
The guardianship? Well, I thought this was just gonna be a regular visit.
Ms. Winter, how is it?
Okay, so Wendy's son, girl, Kevin Jr. is on it, child.
We thought.
Yeah, I thought it was just supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
just looking.
Right, and also just because when we met when she and I met last time, we said that we would continue the interview in New York.
I know, but she didn't know that she needed an attorney present, and she was. I know, but then she spoke to you over the phone, Linda, and she told you she didn't want you as an attorney.
So I can't talk to you. I can only talk to you.
Okay,
So, but I can't talk to her.
No,
privacy.
No, but Mom, do you want to speak by yourself?
I want to sit down.
Okay, so they arguing about something that took place in the last visit they had. And apparently Wendy found out that due to whatever conversation was taking place that she could have a attorney present. Now, you guys know her guardian, Sabrina, also is a New York-based attorney. But apparently, according to the context we can get from the Sun, is that, you know, Wendy doesn't want her legal representation coming out of the same system that she's fighting to get up out of, which is why she was also requesting her own medical doctors. Because initially the courts were also trying to appoint their doctors to do the cognitive test and to test for her mental illness and all of this. And when it was like, no, baby, I want all my own medical doctors because I want folk to be non-biased. I don't want nobody y'all can pay off, even though all that can still happen, etc., child. So they're going through all of that right now. And the Son is like, well, my mom wants, you know, her own legal representation. She don't want her attorney also being her damn guardian.
So it's not about, the only thing is that it's because of her privacy rights.
I know, and she just told me.
But they arguing that, okay, cool, but we can't talk to you because that will breach attorney-client privilege, okay? Legally, we can't talk to you. We need to talk to her. And the only person that can be with her while we talk to her as it relates to this meeting is another attorney.
Is your mom okay with you being here when she talks to her?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so they just granted the Son being able to be present, long as Wendy cool.
It does, but you tell her that it breaks the attorney-client privilege, and if she's okay with it, she's waiving it to you. So that.
We thought.
Yeah, I thought it was just supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's okay. So you understand? It's just. She cannot communicate with your mom.
And Mom, also, didn't you say that you didn't want Linda as attorney? So why do you even want to?
Wait.
I don't know.
She can see that.
No, but I'm speaking.
I never saw you in person, so I didn't.
I'm asking her a question.
I didn't. Okay, this is you.
Yeah,
I thought that you weren't here.
I just want.
Oh, okay, So Wendy didn't even know that this was Sabrina, because Sabrina is wearing their mask like I'm wearing mine, because ain't none of these infected ass bitches about to get me sick for 2025, baby. I got shit to do. Okay, so shout out to the mask, honey. All right. So she didn't even know that was Sabrina.
I remember you do have your own attorney.
Okay,
So
we do. Let's go to the door, please.
Yeah, so you don't have to, like, all this, like, I get you want to do your job to quit point.
Thank you, though.
We respect y'all coming to the house. I apologize for what happened yesterday, but she has her own attorney. This is her. This is not me.
So Wendy, I just want to tell you, so again.
All right, Mom.
When the court's gonna have what's called a hearing, and they're gonna,
Mom, okay.
keep walking.
Keep walking. No, it's fine. It's fine. And she has her attorney. You can call her attorney and let her know.
So are you?
She hasn't put it in her appearance. She hasn't put it in her appearance.
Listen, I'm not gonna.
She's gonna put it in her.
That's fine. I think that's okay. So you.
Listen, I'm not gonna.
She's gonna put it in her appearance tomorrow.
You're kicking me out.
I'm not kicking you out, but no.
Sir.
Ma'am, I'm not kicking you out.
Yeah.
I said you guys agreed to come in to look at the apartment. I was kind with that. You guys to ask her questions. I said,
But you don't need to be okay with any of it.
what do you mean?
Ooh, not Sabrina putting Kevin in his motherfucking baby. And she ain't even got to the other side of the door, girl, because she like, bitch, this my door. Okay? Woo, child.
It's our apartment.
Sir, I have a job to do.
I know, and she just said,
interfering with it.
but she gave you an answer.
But you're
But
talking in
but there's one thing about my mom. She works too hard to have to tell people
I know.
the same answer over and
No,
over.
good night.
So,
Good night.
so have a good night, and it was nice to see you. And
That's what I'm saying.
please stay well. Not you.
You too.
We should speak. Say what? Not me.
Not you.
Not me.
Close the door.
All right, I'm gonna remember that, Linda. Thank you.
Kevin, stop it.
And Phil, listen.
No, I'm just trying to.
No, Phil. I know.
Listen.
Listen. I know. Phil.
All right, so get your mom's attorney to put in notice of appearance.
I know.
ASAP.
I know.
Okay, right away.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a great night, yo.
Thank you, Ms. Hunter.
Bye-bye.
Listen, I'm not.
Wow. Okay, so we have a statement from the real Wendy Williams online account. We have been quiet behind the scenes, but thanks to you and 866 Truth 84, we have been working diligently towards Wendy's freedom. How you doing? We have received and verified a video that blows this conspiracy wide open. You are about to watch a video that directly contradicts two sworn testimonies by those involved in the conspiracy, recounting the events that occurred in this video. The truth will always prevail. Make sure to comment below. Don't let the algorithm drown out the truth. Thank you all again. Okay, so this is all fascinating to me. You guys know I have a very unpopular opinion as it relates to Wendy Williams' guardianship situation. You guys know we have really cracked this case wide open, gotten back to the beginning of how this all came about for Wendy Williams. It wasn't just one thing. It was a lot of moving parts. Kevin Jr., her very son, is the reason why she's in a guardianship. Wendy is the reason why she's in a guardianship. Wells Fargo is the reason why she's in a guardianship. There's a lot of moving parts that played into why Wendy ended up in a guardianship. Now, here's the thing. I know for a fact that the only reason Wendy has even been alive the last 3 years, why she's even doing as well as she is because of the oversight of the guardianship. They've been the ones keeping her ass from alcohol, keeping her eyeballs from busting out of their sockets, keeping her aphasia and her frontal temporal dementia and her Graves' disease in control. They've been the ones keeping her on a strict regiment. All of that has resulted in Wendy being well, being competent. Before the guardianship got involved, Wendy was being exploited by her own son. Her son stole the money that Wendy Williams initially tried to lie about. She turned around recently this year in the TMZ documentary and told the truth finally that yes, her son, her very son who's protecting her now from the very system, that he's responsible for getting her ass in because he was stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars unauthorized out of his mother's account, even had a woman in his friendship group attempting to call into Wells Fargo pretending to be Wendy in order to cipher money out of Wendy's account. So not only did Kevin Jr. attempt to defraud and manipulate his mother, but he had other people attempt to do it to his mother as well. The apple don't fall far from the tree of the dad. Okay? So seeing all of this convoluted shit go on is weird to me. I'm actually pro the guardianship because when Wendy doesn't have oversight in her life, she turns into Britney Spears without her meds. She twirling with butcher knives, girl. Burning the kitchen down, bitch. Okay? And because I don't want to see Wendy, I don't want to be seeing and hearing reports of her in an alcohol-induced coma in her condo. I don't want to be hearing reports of her passed out on Rodale Drive at the damn Gucci store. I don't want to hear her in and out of the damn rehab, in and out of mental health facilities. Since this guardianship been in her life, girl, Wendy has had to straighten all the fuck the way up. The real reason, like I told y'all before, that Wendy don't like the guardianship is because Wendy never had to be this sober in her life. And a part of that feels like suffering to her. You got to remember, according to Wendy, she been a drug addict since she been a teenager. Her and her brother Tommy been experimenting with drugs since they've been teenagers. According to Wendy, she been on coke since she been in her 20s. So she's been an addict her entire life. Even though being sober is doing wonders for her, she hasn't gotten the therapy she needs to deal with the trauma, to deal with the hurt and the pain and the sadness and the grief and the loneliness from her marriage, from losing her mom to her SA and all of the other things happening in her life. She hasn't dealt and confronted any of that. So while obviously being healthy keeps her alive, it keeps her able to run around them streets of New York and spend her money and enjoy her life, she still psychologically wants to depend on drugs and alcohol, which is what led her to develop frontotemporal dementia, because the drugs and the alcohol numbs her from all the things she hasn't psychologically and spiritually treated. So the guardianship has only mastered in specializing in treating her body. So she's well. But Wendy is the one who's going to have to be honest with therapy so that it can actually sincerely work and cure the hurt and brokenness in her mind and in her heart, so that she can really release her dependency upon cocaine and pill popping and ecstasy and mollies and that brown liquor. Tommy, her brother, has been speaking out for years, saying that Wendy always ends up in situations where she's forced to clean herself up, and then she'll claim she's well and all that, and then she'll go back to addiction. And then we're back here a year from now, 2 years from now. And because Wendy is an old hoe, I don't believe that Wendy's going to get her shit together. I believe that the minute her ass is released from this guardianship, give it a year and a half or 2 years, baby, we're going to be hearing more bitter reports of Wendy spiraling. She's going to be looking crazy as hell out here in these streets. Her brain going to be all over the place. Her mind going to be all over the goddamn place. And she's going to be looking like a New York zombie. Especially since she's been in the guardianship, her own family has been responsible for feeding her liquor. Remember that video that came out of her being down there in Miami with her dad for his birthday and all of that kind of shit? And they sitting around at the restaurant, and Wendy is supposed to be on a non-alcohol regimen. But because her family is a bunch of grifters, allegedly, who also been using her allegedly, aka definitely her son, who more than likely was feeding his mama alcohol so that she couldn't keep up with her money. Wendy said in her TMZ documentary that she had no idea that Wells Fargo was even trying to call her to tell her that there were hundreds of thousands of dollars coming out of her account because her son, Kevin, who she was living with at the time, was holding her phone captive. She never had her phone. She never knew why she didn't have her phone. And the whole time he had her phone and was keeping her phone from her, it was because he was intercepting calls from Wells Fargo, who were trying to inform Wendy that, look, baby, you got big chunks of your money coming out of your fucking account, and we're just trying to make sure that you're the one authorizing these purchases. So then, because Kevin Jr., the same son, with all the smoke for Sabrina, all the smoke for whoever this other dude is, because he was intercepting Wells Fargo was then forced to go to the courts and say, look, we have a client. She's high profile. She's wealthy. We cannot get in contact with her. We tried to reach her via email. We tried to reach her via phone. There's money coming out of her account. We have a legal obligation to keep our eye on our clients' accounts. We have a legal right to ensure that there's no unusual patterns in their money, in their withdrawals. And when we pick these things up, these unusual patterns, we attempt to make contact to make sure that our clients are not being scammed, that there's no identity theft being committed. And because we cannot get in contact with our client, we need the court to temporarily freeze this shit up until further notice, because we don't know what's going on. Wells Fargo was trying to protect Wendy Williams. It was her own son who was doing her in and kicking her back in. And initially, when all this started coming out, that Wells Fargo had petitioned for a partial guardianship. They only had went for a financial guardianship at first. They wasn't going for a full guardianship. It was the family that came in after Wells Fargo had pressed the gas because Wendy was doing so bad at that time that the family also jumped on the bandwagon and said, look, we need to get in on this because we fear this woman is going to lose her life to addiction and alcoholism. Maybe the courts can take control of this whole situation and save Wendy from herself. The family just didn't know a lot about guardianship at the time, so they had no idea what they were really getting themselves into, but they acted out of desperation because they were afraid that if Wendy was left to her own devices, that eventually somebody was going to find her ass dead in her $100,000 ass condo, her $500,000 ass condo. And then it just became all of what it is now. Now the family is trying to get out of the guardianship shit, trying to pull Wendy out of the shit, etc. They're now kind of forgetting that they were a part of why the guardianship is in place. They're forgetting that Wendy's son is responsible for Wells Fargo activating the guardianship situation. They're also just not dealing with the pre-existing issues outside of guardianship that have led to Wendy's life being a mess. And none of those things are being addressed at all, which is why I'm sure that if Wendy gets cleared of guardianship, that it's just a matter of time before she's back sick. That she's hunched over, baby. So when I look at all this shit that be going on, it's a very convoluted situation. It's a lot of moving parts. I think that Kevin has some audacity acting the way he's acting when he's the reason why all this has happened. On the other hand, I know that people get to move on, and I would hope that he would have learned from his mistakes, as grave as they were, stealing from your own mother. Also, bringing about the situation she's in right now. I also know because these are two loved ones, it's okay for Wendy to forgive her son. However, I don't know why, with everything that's going on between her and Kevin Jr., why she would have him being her spokesperson. Because, baby, I would have to love Kevin from afar. I would love him as a son, but he would not be allowed to be in all my motherfucking business, bitch, after he done stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from me, literally intentionally tried to defraud me and intercepted Wells Fargo, and then had his friends attempting to defraud me and call into the bank pretending to be me to get money out of my account. I could love you as my son, baby, but you would not be in my motherfucking business. Hey, Chef. So, I'm still concerned for Wendy. And I'm not just concerned about the guardianship. I'm equally concerned about her family members and some of their intentions, particularly this motherfucking son. I don't feel that Wendy is in any more danger in the guardianship situation than she is with her family, because it's been looking weird on both sides. So, for me, the lesser of the two evils is for Wendy ass to live up under that guardianship. And if she is demonstrating stability, like all progress, they give her more leisure. They give her more room to flex and more independency. But right now, if I had to choose between the family and the guardianship, girl, I'm guardianship. I want there to be overhead. The family don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're the reason why she's in this situation to begin with. Not like the reason. Wendy is the reason for never getting off drugs. She's the reason for continuing to indulge in a addiction when she had the money and the means for the best therapy and doctors in the world to get this thing cleared up in herself. She's the reason why she stayed married for 2 decades to a man who was chronically cheating on her and breaking her heart. Her son directly activated and aroused the circumstances that led to the guardianship in particular, because without Kevin Hunter doing what he did, Wendy just would have been a free crackhead. She just would have been out here free in the world to be a crackhead and doing what she's doing, etc. She wouldn't be fighting the guardianship. But because God is good and all things work for the what of the righteous and those that the Lord loves, even this unfortunate situation still ended up being one that has some redeeming qualities to it, such as they got Wendy's health together. And that is totally accredited to the guardianship. Wendy did not do this on her own. She was forced to get well because of the guardianship. She was forced off of alcohol and the things that were killing her because of the guardianship. Wendy wanted to live as a crackhead. Matter of fact, earlier on in the Wells Fargo dispute with the courts, and they were trying to figure out, well, we don't want to give you a court-appointed guardian, preferably, it could be one of your relatives. Wendy's sister, who's also an attorney, stepped up and said, I don't mind, acting as her guardian. You know what Wendy said to the courts? You know what Wendy said to the producers of Where Is Wendy? She said, no, I don't want my sister as overhead because my sister does not like that I drink, which means that she would not allow Wendy to drink. Wendy wanted an enabler. Wendy never wanted to sober up. And anybody that wanted that for her, she pushed away. So Wendy also played into how Sabrina came into the picture, because Wendy had the opportunity to have her sister as a guardian. But because her sister wasn't going to allow her to be an addict, it wasn't going to endorse her being an addict, the courts rectified the situation by just appointing their own guardian. Baby, this shit is crazy. This whole situation is crazy. And I hate that the public and commentators don't tell the full truth about everything going on with Wendy. They major in just making Wells Fargo the enemy and making the guardianship system the actual issue. they don't actually tell the full picture and the full truth. So it creates this warped narrative, girl, that Wendy is just some innocent rich black woman who was just taken advantage of by these powerful machines, when that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Wells Fargo was trying to protect Wendy. Her own son is why she ended up in this predicament. Her not taking responsibility for her mental, emotional, and physical health is what did this to her. And the courts just were brought into this situation because of circumstances. And they're honestly the reason why she's alive today. And that's just on period. When y'all listen to her do interviews on the Breakfast Club and Don Lemon and Hollywood Unlocked, y'all like, oh, she sounds so good. Remember, yeah, baby, those are all the results of the guardianship. When she was with her son and with her family, her eyeballs were out of her head, and she was in alcohol-induced comas, manifesting diseases and pestilence in her blood. That guardianship got her ass together. So until the family can show me better, baby, until Wendy can show me better, guardianship for the win, girl. I understand on a humanistic level that Wendy wants her freedom, but with me knowing what she wants to do with her freedom, I'd rather Wendy have supervision and not be able to get carried away and fuck up her life again, and fuck up her legacy again, and fuck up her health again. The fact that Wendy's still been trying to cheat on alcohol by running down there to her family on holidays and birthdays and trying to get liquor in lets me know that nothing has changed for Wendy. We know exactly what she's going to do with her freedom, and it's sad. And I don't want that for Wendy. I hate that that all these things have created a complicated circumstance for her. But I like that she's well. I like that she sounds good. She's walking. And it seems like the guardian system is trying to be as fair as they can. They are allowing the same son that took advantage of her to actually be by her side. Do y'all know that the guardianship can stop all that shit? That's why Sabrina was telling Kevin at the door, bitch, don't get it fucked up. You have no authority, girl. We trying to be cute because we don't need y'all hoes going on the internet and talking all the shit y'all do. But, baby, we don't have to even allow your mama to be in a house. She doesn't even have to have shoes to wear. We're in control of everything in her life. And we also are in control of your black ass being here and not being here. So it's going to be in Kevin Hunter's or Kevin Jr.'s best interest, girl, to humble yourself. You the reason, fuck nigga. Why your mama is, you partially the reason why she in this situation. She first and foremost responsible, and then you responsible for why she in this situation, honey. Okay? And I hope that this don't come back to bite, Wendy in the ass, because the guardianship can shut all this shit down until it's cleared. Until they rectify this shit and she either gets freed or whatever, they can send her ass right back to a facility, and there's nothing that Wendy can do about it. They can snatch her ass right up out that house, that duplex, that condo, and there's nothing that Kevin or what's her niece's name? Start with an A. Is it Ariel or Aaron or whatever the fuck her name is? Nothing. There ain't nothing that Kevin Hunter Sr. can do about it. I don't fully see the guardianship as an enemy. Also, nobody is wanting to admit, right, that the public done made all this kerfuffle over, oh, they stealing her money. Clearly not. She got enough money to live in a high-end apartment. So this narrative that the guardianship sucked up all her money and Sabrina was stealing all, it's just not true. But because people caught up in a narrative and they're not looking at the facts of the case, they have this gross misunderstanding of what's going on here. And everything is being debunked in our face. Okay? She said on the Breakfast Club, girl, I'm riding around in one of the most expensive electric scooters on the market. Oh! How you got time to have one of the most high-powered scooters on the market and Guardianship that sucked you dry? She the same one who admitted on the Breakfast Club that she brought her son, or either it was in the TMZ documentary, that she brought her son an expensive car for his graduation this year. I thought the guardianship sucked up all your money, but y'all know Wendy lies. Wendy don't lie about other people, but she lie about herself. She gonna tell the truth about you, but she gonna lie about her, okay? Just lying and doing whatever need to be done to put pressure on the guardianship so she can get back to her 8-ball and her Hennessy. No, ma'am. Y'all tell me what y'all think, child. It's been a lot going on, girl. This was an old nasty piece of hot topics. Y'all click the thumbs up. Y'all been doing so great on the thumbs up button. If you're new here, subscribe. We do it all. Yes, honey, 8-ball in the pocket, bitch. Y'all run the likes up, brother. It's a lot of stuff going on in the media. If I don't see you guys again tonight, I will see you guys again tomorrow, but y'all probably will see me again tonight before the night is out. Make sure that you have your notification bell set to all. Share, tell a friend of 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 a friend, and leave all of your opinions, girl, because y'all know when I'm up here performing for y'all, I really don't look at the comments because it'll distract me from the continuity of my own thoughts. So I end up having to watch the replay, or I have to rely on y'all giving y'all feedback in the comment section for me to, see how y'all thinking and how y'all perceiving the circumstances. So leave all your feedback below. $ Consciouztv on Cash App, paypal.me/Consciouztv, Instagram, Patreon, all that stuff is in the description box below. I love you guys long time, and I will see you all later. Peace.